Sounded good.
It does have a nice sound to it, doesn't it?
Does it bring back memories?
Oh,
Your childhood or your late teens?
literally lives between a 3-wood and a driver.
Yeah, because you can, we saw it, you can get this thing to go
Yep.
295, 3 bills, no issues if you catch it.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a little walk down memory lane, a little nostalgic walk down memory lane. Before the young pup here was even born, TaylorMade had a line, this burner line started many moons ago. It was good. Bubble shafts, copper heads.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I've seen a few of these in the past of like having to re-grip some stuff, obviously not the bubble shafts, but yeah, I mean, the mini driver, what did we test? The 300 back in the day when it came out, was great. We said it 2 seconds ago. It's either a mini driver or a big old fairway, and we've sold it to
a mega fairway.
Yeah, we've sold it to a few customers that way to get their 3 woods to go a bit further. So there's a lot of craze for this. As soon as this released, people are like, "Oh, I want one," and I get a lot of DMs saying they want one, but I've never played golf with anyone who's used one. So who knows? We'll see. There's a little craze of mini drivers out on tour right now, so it'll be interesting to see how it performs.
Yeah, there is. There's the Tommy Fleetwoods. There's Eddie Pepperell used one for a while.
Yep.
Who else? There was a few others in the bag.
Yeah.
There's a few. I love the nostalgic sort of theme of the head cover, the logo, the font, the Golf Pride victory. You're like, what's all this fuss about? That feels amazing. You don't
Does
even
it?
like it. Does it?
Does it feel good?
I think it feels amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
It just feels like a tour velvet.
No, it's different. It's different.
Okay.
It's different. I love it. It's so good. And it's not green, so I could actually possibly use a set of these.
Would you put a set on your clubs?
I would, I actually think that it might have been the worst finger markers of all time. People used to think you put your thumbs on there, which led to potentially the worst grip of all time.
Right.
Don't put your hands there, folks. Just turn it around or something. Put it in the back. The shaft goes back to golden oldie, quite literally, the yellow and purple UST Pro Force Gold, but upgraded materials, right? So we tested some UST shafts with the Link series in the past. We really, really liked them. But 2 heads, 11.5, 13.5, gives us the option of going all the way down to 9.5 and all the way up to 15.5.
Yeah.
So there's a real wide sort of array of options. We do have the 13-gram heavyweight, the 1.5 light, move the centre of gravity forward and back.
I like that, having the weights in there.
Tons of versatility in these two little clubs.
Twist face, carbon, titanium. It's a cool combo.
I love the colour.
I like the T marker. I do remember that. I never used one.
No, this is fantastic. Let's hit a few. I mean, mini driver, this was probably bigger than the original one I used.
304cc is what this mini driver's at currently.
Yeah, the old one would have been lucky if it was 230, 240. The one I had, the little steel one with the bubble shaft. Great. All right, let's hit a few. We're going to pick a tight driving hole, and we're going to see if we can slot a few down the tight driving hole. And then I want to flip it over, and I want to use the 13.5 mostly, but see how it is from an off-the-ground perspective.
Cool. All right, Fraz, we're at our home club here, Emirates Majlis.
We should just move to Dubai. What do you think?
I'm in, sure, no problem. Second hole, tight driving hole, end of the fairway is about 300. Let's see what you got. We got 11.5-degree head.
Okay.
Off the deck?
No, little tee.
Okay.
I would just tee this one down and just try and squeeze one down there, Mikey boy.
Sounded good.
It does have a nice sound to it, doesn't it?
Does it bring back memories?
Oh.
Your childhood? Or your late teens?
My youth. Hang on.
Stay.
Trying. Feel like it's trying, Michael. It's not short, is it? It literally lives between a 3-wood and a driver.
Yeah. Because you can, and we saw it, you can get this thing to go 295, 3 bills, no issues if you catch it. You catch it right.
Yep.
You said a second ago this is a home course driver. How often are you using 3-wood at your home course off the tee?
Not that many times. I could hit it probably...
Would you hit it on one? Just too long?
Too long. Hybrid. I could probably hit it 5 times. Okay. Could probably hit it on 5, 8. I could probably hit it down 12, 15 for sure. 17 layup, the burn, that's I think, yeah, probably 5 times, quite a lot. And with this playing at
43.75, just feel like you have way more control over. You're not gonna miss it far right or far left.
Exactly.
Swing, roasted. Gets a decent amount of roll. 12.8 at 23.
Yeah, and that's when you get the sort of, I mean, if you look at the delivery, it's basically exactly what I talk about, what I like when I get out the driver.
Yeah. That's a nice flight. Definitely be a good little wind cheater too.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, if you wanted to be a little bit less up on it, yeah, you could definitely flight it down, get it going as flat as you want, I think.
So good. Okay, so obviously that's off the tee, but you would never attempt to hit this guy off a deck, right?
I wouldn't have any hesitation.
Okay.
Nah, I wouldn't have any.
Find you can get it to the ball, the club to the ball pretty efficiently?
Yeah, like if you have decent control of low point, then it's still fine.
That's so good.
Nice.
Same flight as if it was teed up.
Totally. So, I mean, this is the 11.5 on Mikey. I've got this playing 10.75.
Yeah.
I mean, it is turned down. Truly, truly a mini driver.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great little option. We spoke about earlier on, and it was off camera, we talked about like golf clubs I like golf clubs that go flat, that I can hit higher. Start flat, and then, you know, I can add some loft. That's what this is to me. I mean, this is elevated 14.5 feet.
Yeah.
So it does still look like it's going quite high, but it's not. It's, you know, under 10 degrees of launch. It's coming out flat. Yeah. And could come out, you know, feasibly.
Yeah, you can see it. It's a more penetrating flight for sure.
Yeah. Turn one over a little bit. And this thing can really chase if you want. And those are pretty comfortable out there too.
That one,
drew a little bit.
Drew a little. It doesn't put you in trouble at all.
No. Let's look at the 13.5. I'd love to go to 18. Seen Monty's driver off the deck, shot of the year in 1999 or something like that.
Okay, Fraz, still at the Emirates Majlis. On to 18 now. Driver off the deck, historical moment. Colin Montgomery, he hit 221 yards. We've moved you back to modern day times.
Do you think Leon was watching it when you were 1-year-old sitting in your baby rocker?
For sure. Probably watching golf and not watching me at all. But let's see, this is the 13.5 head.
Yeah, the more friendly one if you want to hit it off the ground. Yeah. No doubt about that.
Pin on the left, water on the right.
Let's see. I mean, this thing has no issues with the height.
No. I'm surprised actually how much like spin that retains. It just kind of hangs out in the sky, which is pretty cool. 15 launch, 3,600 spin.
135 feet. We don't really want that, but nice to know that it can. That's right off the bottom, where that little speed slot is.
Miss it out of the bottom more often.
Sweet spot is apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously you can hit the high one with this guy. Let's go a little bit the other way. Yeah, the 13.5 doubles up as a 3-wood.
Off the deck is unreal.
Nice and easy. Like it is genuinely a big 3-wood. Big forgiving 3-wood.
That 11.5 head, whether it's 11.5 or bump down, you had that fraction more of that, like, you could miss it a bit more and it's not going to help you. Yeah. Whereas that 13.5, and you said you bottomed one and it
totally
keeps you in play.
Let's see if it's the 11.5 can sort of still do the same sort of idea.
I think it's roasted.
I'm in.
Well, Cuddy, 265 in the air.
Little Boucher bender. Yeah, so keeps the spin, obviously, that little bit more down.
Yeah.
Still 100 feet, though.
Yeah.
That's why I say, like, I don't mind something I can try and help in there. That's totally fine. It's very friendly, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't
Looks
really...
very easy.
Doesn't really appear to be tough to hit.
That's so good. It sounds unreal.
It does. It feels it.
Now, would you, if you were to put something like this in the bag, play, because of the length you're playing it, play a little bit heavier shaft? Or still play it at the kind of mid 60 gram mark?
I would probably play something right around like 70.
Yeah, okay.
Probably something like that. I mean, it's interesting. I like holes I can set up and just kind of like flight one down there. Don't have to hit full rip driver. This feels good for that as well.
You're hitting it really. It looks super easy. You're hitting it crazy clean.
It's good. It's
adjustable weights on the bottom, adjustable hosel. I mean, it's got that full package, like you called it earlier, that mega fairway. I think for, again, for some clients that I have in the top of my head, like you get them a 3-wood that they can still get up in the air, but it's a big old footprint.
Definitely.
It's a safety club.
It's an absolute gem. No, I love it. I really do. It looks good. I think touching on the nostalgic points shouldn't be the sort of theme of the club. It's still, like, from a performance standpoint, is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's not a nostalgic gimmick or anything like that. You'll keep it in your one of your golf bags at home. That's a gamer for sure.
I love what they've done with it. I really do.
It's nice. It's really nice.
All right, guys, fun little test. There's plenty of interest. There's no doubt about that. You and I have had our DM inboxes flooded over the last week or so since we posted that we would be testing this. Thanks to the marketing team here at TaylorMade Canada for dropping this off specifically this morning. VIP courier, always appreciated. It's not a club that I don't think is for everyone, and I don't think everyone should have a mini driver in the bag. But there are people who this would be a great benefit for.
I think the ones that also can struggle with the longer club, get something shorter with a bit of loft on it. Again, I've fit guys into it before. These are limited quantity. They always have been limited quantity, so definitely tougher to get. But yeah, for someone who struggles with that, dispersion, this is, I mean, you proved it. It's a dispersion killer.
It is. It's got all the shots you want. I was predominantly playing those in the low loft settings as well. And I played that last couple of shots was the 11.5 turned down to 10.75 with the heavyweight forward. Yeah,
I like the adjustable weights this time. That's smart.
Definitely.
Give it a little low spin.
Yeah, the 13.5 was 13.5 turned down to 12. Again, weight forward. But guys, it's important to still realize with these loft sleeves, 13.5 is still a 13.5 loft ahead. It's just set open that by the time you close the face back to square, it's delivered less loft. That's how 13.5 becomes 12. It's not like it takes it and turns it that way. It takes 13.5, sets it open, and gives you a more allowance for face closure that gives the ability to bring the loft down dynamically, which is what we sort of do in fittings when we're setting that face angle. So important to note, these guys are definitely something that if you struggle with 3-wood or you struggle with driver, maybe toss the two of them and end up with a mini and stick an extra wedge in your bag. It is definitely something that's worth trying. Get out to the driving range and see if you find it as easy certainly as I did. If you have a high ball flight and a shallow angle of attack, I would say that is the type of golfer that's likely to benefit from these.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. All right, guys, stay tuned for more. We'll see you again soon.